USDA reported a flash sale of corn to Mexico of almost 25 million bushels on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell told lawmakers on Capitol Hill the Fed will continue to wait and see how the economy evolves before deciding whether to reduce its key interest rate again, as it continues to work to keep inflation in check. But where should commodity prices be when adjusted for inflation? AgDay's Michelle Rook put that question to Alan Brugler in Markets Now.
Joining us with markets is Alan Brugler of ANN Economics. And let's talk a little bit about inflation and the impact that it's having, at least on where the highs and lows should be relative here in the grain market for like corn and soybeans. Where should we be from an inflation adjusted standpoint?
The key point is if you're looking back to, say, the 2020 lows, COVID lows in corn, and you inflation adjust them, that says that an equivalent low right now would be 376, not $3 like it was in 2020. That's meaning if you have the same level of tightness, you would expect a much higher floor price than what you had in 2020. That's not a flawless equation because the market adjusts for productivity gains, higher yields, that sort of thing. But I think it's a good measure of what's cheap. The equivalent on beans would be if you look at the 780 low that we had in 2019. The equivalent low now is actually 980, almost $2 higher. And we're using the Department of Labor's CPI deflator for this. So it is saying, and back then we were looking at 450, 500 million bushel ending stock. That 975, 980, those are pretty cheap prices in current dollar terms.
So conversely, let's talk about inflation adjusted highs for, say, cattle and hogs.
Equivalent of the 2014 high in cattle is actually going to take you to $232.83, okay, in current dollars. That's interesting because we hit 229 before the correction on Friday. The equivalents on feeder cattle, the 2014 high was $234.15. That would be in current dollars $317.02. $317 feeders. And what did we hit this month so far? 314.20.
Some interesting fun facts. All right. Thanks for joining us, Alan Brugler with ANN Economics. We'll have more Ag Day coming up.